And welcome to this Halloween edition of the NFL Wrap. As we preview Week 9 here of the NFL Wrap, and I didn't even put it up as a preview for Week 9, but I think we'll get the point here. It's going to be replayed here real soon anyway. Having a little bit of a tough time to make an announcement. I am trying to get one of Chuck Skull's shows up, and because Chuck is really not able to do it, so I was going to play one of his classic shows, but we are having a little bit of a tough time here, so it's up in the air whether or not Chuck Skull's Halloween music party will actually happen. So just want to make that known. So it's that's just one of the things here, and you're going to hear some music here that I do have up that will start playing here on November 4th, but we're not here to talk about that. It's Halloween today, and you and me, we got ourselves a little bit of a thing to do here.
Oh, that's right. I'm dressed up as Joe Montana.
You're dressed up as Joe Montana?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I actually have all my Portland Diamond Project gear stuff going on right now, and everything is looking sweet right now, and everything's all good. And the good news about it is that yesterday the Washington Nationals won the World Series, and first time in the history of a World Series was that road teams won all 7 games. And one of the things here I saw on NFL.com was that Matt Nagy is looking to the Nationals to power a Bears rally.
Unbelievable.
And I'll tell you what, Matt Nagy is a guy that is full of inspiration, and I think if that's the way that he's going to try and get the Bears to rally, that's definitely the way to go.
Well, he's going to be doing a lot there, because there's a lot to really look at there with that. And I do have to say it, man, that for the most part, this is actually going to be pretty good. This will actually be pretty good, and it's a new team winning it, a team in its franchise history. When was the last time they won a World Series as the Expos?
Never. So in kind of an odd way, I think that Montreal is owed this, and I think that if the historians there will allow it, like the current players and the current ownership and everything, if they will allow it, they would say that this is for Montreal, and in a way, I guess it is, because Montreal kind of felt like they got jobbed out of possibly going to a World Series all the way back in, I believe it was 94 when the strike happened.
Oh yeah, there you go. I mean, it's just, that strike happened, that ends a lot of things, and that's something, that wasn't even a strike. That was more of an owner's lockout than anything else.
Mm-hmm. And canceling the rest of the season, canceling the World Series, and that's where I think a lot of baseball fans started to go away from the game.
Yeah, they started to look for something else there, and people want to know why football really just started to take over at that time, because it was at a time when football season was getting ready to start. You're going to have this go on, whether it's a strike or a lockout is irrelevant. It really is irrelevant when you think about it.
Yeah, true. That's how, it's, but like the old saying goes, it is what it is, and so that's how that's how things turn out. It's an unfortunate situation at that time, but for the franchise itself, first time that the city has actually won a World Series since I think all the way back in the 20s, 30s, or something like that, when I think it was either the original Washington Nationals or the Washington Senators. But truly amazing there. But Washington has become title town. And that does include the championships with what? The Capitals winning the Stanley Cup, the Valor winning the Arena Bowl, the Mystics just winning the WNBA title, and now the Nationals winning the World Series. So Washington has become title town USA.
It really is, man. Let's just face it. It's a good time to be proud of them. It's a good time. It definitely is.
So, and I do apologize. My phone has been ringing off the hook today because of these these pain in the butt robocalls that I've been getting. So I'm going to mute my phone here, and to make sure that we don't have that. But we're almost about 10 minutes into the show. We haven't even talked about football yet, so let's get to it.
Yeah, let's definitely get to it here. I mean, as much as we ate crow and whatnot, wow, some changes were made, and we're not just talking about the change at quarterback in Cincinnati here. And, but we're going to talk a little bit about that one, too, because Cincinnati does have the week off, and they're going to do a lot to get him ready to play. And they're going to hope, I'm sure they're going to hope that he'll be ready to play, and just get it done. Man, because it's going to be something. It is. I mean,
definitely is. And so I'm going to get right to.
It's just, but you want to get right into the games. I know that.
Oh, yeah, definitely is. I'm working on getting one of Chuck's classic shows here emailed to you since the file is too large for Skype. That's just what happens. But we're going to kick things off with the Thursday night game tonight, and it's an NFC West battle. And one that I think is going to be pretty interesting because now we're getting to the point of the season where spoilers could happen. We've got the San Francisco 49ers at 7-0 taking on the 3-4-1 Arizona Cardinals, coming off of a tough loss, but a close loss this past weekend.
Wow, I mean, you're talking about the Arizona Cardinals who put up fight as much as they could. And and this team, Arizona, last year was a laughingstock. This team is which still has a lot of room for improvement. A lot. It's showing that they got a lot of fight in them, and I mean, they're definitely making it work.
They are, and I know that the 49ers, obviously, they're riding high, but, unlike the New England Patriots, I don't think the Niners are going to be resting on their laurels. They're going to be getting ready for this matchup because, like you said, they're going to be in Glendale, and the fact is that, they're in a closed stadium, and it could wind up getting loud, so they have to be prepared for just about anything, but especially be prepared for Kyler Murray because he's all of a sudden starting to show some massive improvement.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're absolutely right about that. And it's just people got to know what's happening here, and what's happening here is that we're seeing a real start to something here. That, like we've said before, is really just going to take off, in so many different ways. So, I mean, so there's a lot to look at, a lot on the table here with this one here, and I mean, the Cards could definitely really start making, some shakeups happen that we wouldn't expect.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But yeah, I don't think, like I said, the Niners are not going to rest on their laurels. Nick Bosa is going to be ready on defense. He's got his defensive team playing, probably the best that they've had in quite a long time. I would say, all the way back to the years when Ken Norton was one of the big defensive headhunters, and Deion Sanders was showtime, prime time, shall we say, with the Niners. I mean, that was probably the last time that they actually had a very good defense was their last Super Bowl year. Oh yes, you're 100% right about that. So I mean, again, a lot to look at. I agree with you. I'm picking the Niners here in this one. They're definitely going to do a lot here, and yeah,
I think.
But the Cardinals are not going to make it easy on them.
No, they're not. The Cardinals, we are definitely not going to win a score. In a lot of ways, the score is going to show up, but the Cardinals are going to still show their fight.
It definitely will. Going to be a really great game in that regard. And that is tonight on both Fox and NFL Network. All right, time to go to the Sunday games. And this one, I'm going to have to set my alarm for this one here, Bob, because it's another NFL Network game, and it's an AFC South battle. Houston Texans at 5-3 and the Jacksonville Jaguars 4-4. Game's going to be played in London at 9:30 a.m. Eastern and 6:30 a.m. my time out here on the Pacific Coast. So I think I'm going to have to go to bed early, get up, watch that game, and then go to church. Wow.
I wonder.
That's going to be a set in itself.
I wonder if they're already there, just to get used to the time zone, to get past their jet lag, just to play this game at that time.
So. Because isn't this the place that Shad Khan, the owner of the Jaguars, was considering moving his franchise to London? Is he still trying to maybe talk some ears off, or maybe or did that incident last year with some of his players being detained for not paying a bar tab? Is that still fresh in the minds of the London officials?
All I know is to try to move a team to London will defeat this purpose of seeing several different teams that people in London, England might get into that'll always sell that stadium out.
Yeah. Well, like you said, you got this big division battle that would be great in Florida or in Texas, and you wind up having it in England. People, I think, in both time zones are going to have a hard time watching it. They're probably going to DVR it and watch it too. But as I said, if I was able to wake up early in the morning and turn on NFL Network to watch this game, I would be stoked, because obviously it's my team playing. And it's a technical Jacksonville home game. But as you said, jet lag and time zone difference and stuff could play a factor in it. But I think once the kickoff happens, I don't think they're going to feel anything. It's just going to be the adrenaline pumping. And for this game, obviously division battle. Two teams trying to keep pace with the Indianapolis Colts. Jacksonville on a roll. Houston, now without J.J. Watt for the rest of the season again. How's that defense going to try and stop Mr. Minshew and the Jaguars?
Very true, very true, very true. It's it's going to be something there. I mean, Minshew, to win out there in England, Minshew to win like that against the Texans, Minshew will have star status all over him.
True.
He will, and it will be hard to bring back. It's going to be hard to bring back Nick Foles with that going on. I'm going to go.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go, and you're going to hate me for this, but I'm going with the Jaguars.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you there, but I still got to go with my boys, because Deshaun Watson's going to do something. And DeAndre Hopkins coming back. I know that I think it was him that was injured early in the season, or maybe it's the running back or something. But DeAndre Hopkins continues to show a lot of promise and show a lot of excitement there. So there's it's probably going to have to be on their shoulders. It's going to have to be on the offensive shoulders for Houston. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty long night.
No doubt. You're 100% right there too. It's I hate to say it. I think I think this is going to be a tough one for the Texans. I think the injuries on defense is hurting them. I think the protection for Deshaun Watson's getting better, but I like the role Minshew's on. I do.
Yeah.
But jumping to the next game.
Next game. And did I mention the Indianapolis Colts?
No, you haven't mentioned them yet.
Just now, because they are 5-2, leading the AFC South by a half game, but they're taking on a Pittsburgh Steelers team coming off of that Monday night win over the Miami Dolphins, and so Pittsburgh's starting to come back around, which could be big trouble for the Colts.
Well, with some of the trades that they made, and some of the signings, that defense is really coming around, and this is going to be a real tough one for the Colts. I mean, Colts have a great offensive line. I think the only thing they wish they probably would still had would have been Andrew Luck, but we saw how Brissett has done already. Let's see if he can still do it.
Yeah, Brissett's their future now. And I think that it's just continuing to show promise. It's continuing to show a lot of promise.
Oh yes.
All right, so on to the next game. Didn't think we'd be having a short time with that one, but this is the one that we were talking about with Matt Nagy, saying that he's looking for what the Washington Nationals did in the World Series to power a Bears rally at 3-4, because the Bears have to go to 4-4 Philadelphia, who, as you saw against the Buffalo Bills, just waxed them poetic and took care of business. And now they're at home, and who knows what the weather's going to be like in Philly, because now it's the time of the year where it's going to start getting colder.
And let's not forget what we're talking about a Midwester, a team of the Midwest in Chicago. I mean, which is already starting to feel the cold fronts there too. So you got that to look at, and you also, it's not just that. You got a Bears team where Trubisky is going to have to show something, or he's going to be done.
Yeah, because he did show some things. I know that if I remember, they did lose this past weekend on a missed field goal, and so now they got to figure some things out, because they can't just keep hiring kickers, firing kickers. Trubisky's got to fire on all cylinders, otherwise they're sunk, because Carson Wentz is back to form.
Oh, he is. He is. I mean, and I'll tell you, mark my words on this. Carson Wentz, before long, is going to be on a very, very big winning streak over there. He really is, in my opinion, with that. So, I mean, look at it for what it is here.
No doubt about that. In this game, going to have to be the Eagles, because Wentz is on a roll. I know he wants to be the quarterback to win the Super Bowl. He wasn't a couple of years ago when the Eagles did win, but that was when Nick Foles was the starter and Wentz couldn't play because of injury. Now he wants to get back to the promised land, and he wants to be the one to get them the championship. And so he's going to do whatever it takes to do that. So that's why I think that Philly is on a roll. And let's not forget that Khalil Mack, playing for the Bears, he's going to have to really go after Wentz. But the way that Wentz has been, if you'll excuse the expression, faking everybody out of their jock, you better watch out, Khalil Mack, because Wentz will take him.
Oh yeah. And we still got room for improvement there on the offensive line for the Eagles there too. So I mean, they're slowly but surely working on that there. But Wentz, I think he's going to do it. I think it's going to be an Eagles win. Trubisky, like we said, needs to fire all cannons, and just really get it done. Really get it done, and not make it to where the field goal kicker has to do it. Not because the kicker sucks. It's just a kicker shouldn't have to. For sure.
So that'll be a very interesting one. All right, on to the next game. We would say, moving on, not much to talk about here, but it's your team. The Dolphins, 0-7, hosted the 1-6 Jets.
I think the Dolphins get a win here. I got to go with it. I think they're going to get a win here. The Jets are hurt with injuries. You don't know. We don't know what for sure what's on Sam Darnold's mind. And the Dolphins are starting to show more and more of a fight. I don't think this is going to be an 0-16 team. I think the Bengals stand a better chance of being 0-16 than the Dolphins do. So I'm actually going with this probably being a win for the Dolphins, if not the sole win for the Dolphins this season.
Well, I'll tell you what. If that does happen, you're going to be sending Crow to New York, I'm sure. Maybe send it to Debbie DeSoto. He's a Jets fan out here in Oregon. But obviously this one, I think Miami could pull it out of their hat here.
You agreed. I just don't. I think this Jets team is really falling apart, and maybe it's really starting to show something about. It's really starting to show something about. Not Todd Bowles, but
Adam Gase.
Adam Gase, and maybe showing something about Adam Gase that we maybe did not know.
Yeah, which I think, in your opinion, was good that the Dolphins got rid of him.
Yeah, it may be, because Gase is he's all over the place right now.
Yeah. But I'm sure, and this is probably the most positive you've been about the Dolphins all year.
Yeah, definitely.
So I guess we'll see how they do there in Miami. But the only thing that you got to hope is that Sam Darnold exercised those demons that he's had the last couple of weeks when he kept saying he saw ghosts. Maybe he got a little visit from Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd at practice or something. Because it'll be like, next time this happens, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters, right?
Yeah, there's a guy named Ray Parker Jr. that'll help him not be afraid of ghosts.
Oh, true. Well, let's not forget, Kate McKinnon and Leslie Jones now. They were in the last Ghostbusters movie. So they need all the help. So Sam Darnold, I think, needs all the help he can get to exercise these demons. Otherwise, it's going to be a Dolphins win.
Definitely.
All right, next one. Super Bowl IV rematch, so to speak. Minnesota Vikings, Kansas City Chiefs, 6-2 and 5-3. And Patrick Mahomes is expected to be back in the starting lineup for the Chiefs. But if he goes down again, I don't think the Chiefs are going to be that worried because they've got Matt Moore. He proved himself against the Packers last week.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that one bit. But you're going to want to hope that everything is okay with Pat Mahomes and he's not going to be playing injured for the rest of the season. Because you need Pat Mahomes at full throttle if you're going to win. You're
not going to be putting a lot of cortisone shots in that ankle of his, let me tell you. But but the fact is that you got those two quarterbacks are going to be looking right across the way at Kirk Cousins, and they're also going to be looking at this big Purple People Eater 2.0 defense on the part of the Vikings that are going to try and slow this Chiefs team down.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And to do it on a road would be big for the Vikings. So tough call on this one.
Yeah, definitely a tough call. I'm gonna. I have to say that. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I'm going to try and stick with the Chiefs here on this one.
Yeah, well, we'll see. This one, we're going to go against the grain on this one too, folks. It's going to probably be the Vikings because, Kirk Cousins on a roll, and then you got, what's his receiver? His receiver's name? Gosh. Who's been just totally awesome.
I forget. I forget who it is there.
Well, we don't have the rosters up, folks. So, we're not that professional, but still, I think it's going to be. I mean, their defense has been really stout. I think the throwing game's been really good for the Vikings. So it's probably going to be Minnesota in this one.
I'll agree with that one.
All right, next up, two teams struggling. Tennessee Titans at 4-4 and Carolina Panthers at 4-3, and the Panthers just coming off of getting their behinds handed to them by the 49ers. And Kyle Allen, as I said, had the off day. Can he come back and shut up all those people that want Cam Newton back?
He can. I'm hoping he will. Because this is the Tennessee Titans we're talking about. If he looks like he sucks against the Titans, they're going to welcome Cam back with open arms.
Yeah, Cam's going to suck even worse. But Tennessee, you got Ryan Tannehill starting again.
Oh yeah, Tannehill looked good for 2 games now. So It's going to be. This one's going to be a tough one to go with. I'm going to go with the Titans.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Titans as well. Although, don't discount Kyle Allen because he could do some crazy things. Let me tell you. So, but in a way, it will be a close one. But it's probably going to be Tennessee in this one.
I would agree.
On to the next one, and the Buffalo Bills better not rest on their laurels because you saw what happened to them at home against the Eagles last weekend. Well, they're at 5-2 now. They're still pretty close, if you want to call it that, with the New England Patriots. But I'll tell you what, against the Washington Redskins, the Redskins could play spoiler.
Well, of course.
So the Bills, if they come out angry, I think that they could wind up winning the game. But at the same time, if you come out angry, it could throw your game off. So they just have to be prepared. And Josh Allen continues to impress.
And the Redskins are going nowhere. If the Bills do lose to the Redskins, then maybe the Bills' season will just wind up being over too.
I don't see it happening that way, but I think that the Bills may not have to worry about monsoons coming because I think that they will be they will be prepared for this one against the Redskins because I know they're going to make sure that what happened against Philly does not happen again. So Bills.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Bills all the way.
All right. On to the matchup of the former expansion teams from 1976, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 2-5 against the 6-2 Seattle Seahawks. And Seahawks just continue to find ways to win, and the Buccaneers just can't get anything going, especially, with Jameis Winston. Finally starts getting at least a couple of wins, but just can't repeat his performance.
That's just the truth there. I mean, it's just the way it is. As far as it goes, I'm going to have to say I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I think some tells me, the Bucs defense is going to start to get better once they can get better secondary. Then defense will probably be really ready to run. But yeah. Seahawks... Till then, Seahawks got the better offense. They got Russell Wilson. He knows how to work around it. So, there you go.
Yeah, that's for sure. And that's the first of the afternoon games here, and I jumped the gun on that one. So we're going to have to throw in a commercial right here, and then we're going to get to the rest of the afternoons and then the primetime matchups, which we're going to have a couple pretty good ones. So why don't we go ahead and go to break.
All right, we'll be right back.
Canadian Aquatic Auctions, the place to be if you are into anything aquatic. Nelson Fletcher, owner and operator, has years of experience and wants to help you better achieve your aquatic needs and goals. So if you're an aquatic hobbyist and enthusiast, please visit Canadian Aquatic Auctions today. Their public auctions provide a venue to remarket all aquatic-related products, services, and equipment. If you are just starting out in the hobby, the site has a tack room where you can converse with other aquatic hobbyists like yourself. Canadian Aquatic Auctions is the eBay of everything aquatic. So visit Nelson at his site at www.aquariumauctions.ca or go check out his Facebook page as well at www.facebook.com/Canadian Aquatic Sales. Together we can build lasting relationships that are based on listening and servicing your needs in a professional environment. Canadian Aquatic Auctions.
My name's James. For 6 years, I was a garbage can druggie. I would do any kind of drug I would get my hands on. But here at Teen Challenge, I've walked away from that drug lifestyle for good.
If you know an adult or teenager who is struggling with a chemical addiction, Teen Challenge is there to help. Please, don't wait. Call us today at 417-862-6969 or reach us on the web at teenchallengeusa.com.
Skis Watch and Clock, 106 West Central Avenue, Winter Haven, Florida, 33880. Located downtown across from the main post office. When you're short on time, he's right on time. For all of your watch, clock, sales, and service needs, call Skis, 863-294-5630. Sales, service, free estimates, and reasonable rates. That's 863-294-5630 for Skis Watch and Clock.
This is our time. We play without limits. We create without rules. We are not for sale. We connect with the whole world. Every idea we've shaped, every relationship we've cultivated belongs to us. We demand the freedom to be our uncensored selves. And when something challenges that, we change it. Together. This is our time.
One, two, three.
Let's start a revolution. Let's MeWe. Join the revolution at MeWe.com.
Do you want to capture the best memories you can? Is wanting to help preserve those memories your goal? Do you want your memories to last a lifetime? Do you want your memories to look beautiful in pictures? Well, if you live in Southern Oregon or Northern California, there's one place you can save those treasures for a lifetime. Grateful Heart Photography. Abigail Summers is your solution for capturing your favorite moments and memories like birthdays, graduations, weddings, family portraits, single shots, and more. She can also capture the finest scenery shots around and make them available all across the country and around the world, and at a price that can suit your budget. So if you're looking for the right photographer that can help preserve your legacy, look no further than Abigail Summers at Grateful Heart Photography. Call Abby today at 541-951-2443 or message her at her Facebook page by searching for Grateful Heart Photography. Much of her work is displayed there. Feel grateful for the memories captured by Grateful Heart Photography.
If you're looking for action-packed classic fun, look no further.
Carter, there's a machine gun! Look out, Danny!
Up in the sky, look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
For the best in old-time radio adventures, you've come to the right place. This is one nostalgic weekend.
Saturdays and Sundays, midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific on Action VR Network.
Sometimes when your hopes have all been shattered, there's nowhere to turn. You wonder how you keep going. Think of all the things that really matter and the chances you earn. The fire in your heart is growing. You can fly if you try, leaving the past behind. Heaven only knows what you might find. Yeah, gotta believe you can survive. You hold the future in your hand. Yeah, gotta keep all your dreams alive. It's time to take a stand. You can win if you dare.
And who else there dares out there? You know, do you dare to survive? A lot of people do a lot of things. You can win if you dare, and some people are wondering about that here with the next game here, Mike. That's going to be going on, and what do you got to say about this one?
This one is the Oakland Raiders' first home game, actual, real home game in over a month. They technically had a home game a couple weeks ago, but it was in London. But this is their first actual home game back at the Coliseum in over a month. And they are hosting the Detroit Lions, 3-1 against the Raiders, who are 3-4. And that is a deceiving 3-4, by the way. And this one, Detroit's starting to show signs of coming back. We saw that last Sunday. Even though the Giants almost pulled one out of their magic hat with Daniel Jones trying to quarterback them to the win, but it was still all Lions. Still, and I know Bob is still definitely not sold on Matt Stafford coming back, but the plain simple fact is this one could be an Oakland win because now fans there have been waiting almost a month to see their beloved Raiders come back, and they're back. They're back home.
They are back home, and I'll just say it here, just for the sake of getting it out. It's for me, I just look at this and I just gotta say, that really, what is what's going to come from it all? With Matt Stafford, even if he wins, we can only just look at it as him winning another game. I mean, you're looking for a lot to happen, and that's it's like we're just we're getting into the holiday season. Are we going to be looking at Dominic the Donkey here? With Matt Stafford. I'm just. I'm not hating. I'm not trying to hate here, just so people understand that.
I know, but are we getting ready to head into the Thanksgiving Day game, the annual tradition there in Detroit? Hoping to see Matt Stafford come back. That's gonna be the question on everybody's mind. But that's like a few weeks away. We're talking the here and now. We're talking about this Sunday, and I just, as much as I'd like to see Detroit continue to keep pace, I don't think they could do it with this Raiders. With this Raiders offense or their defense. I just don't see it.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to ask. I'm just, for me, I just don't know if, as much as we say about Stafford, we don't know day by day with Derek Carr right now either. And it's not so much Derek Carr's fault there as much as it is, trying to constantly adjust to something that they're really trying to get together to be, get to be ultimately the new Raiders 2.0, before they, especially for something that they'll have going into Las Vegas next year.
Absolutely. But I think this one's going to be a Raider win, especially having not been home in over a month. I think home cooking is what they need, and they're going to be getting it here with playing at home and playing against a Lions team. It's going to be close, I'm sure, but we'll see an Oakland win, I think, out of this one.
I hope we do. I hope Lions can get something done here. They're really putting a team together. There's still room for improvement on defense, and it's just how much time is Matt Stafford going to have left? How much time is this man going to have left? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, there isn't going to be much left there for sure. So, okay, on to the next game, which features another AFC West team. But this AFC West team had struggled, but managed to eke out a win this past weekend. The LA Chargers, but they're going to have a tough test because they got the 7-1 Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers coming into town.
Oh, yes, definitely. It's definitely going to be Definitely going to be something there, and it's when the Packers come to town, people are going to be interested. People there, there's some people out there that are saying Aaron Rodgers is overrated. There are others that are still in love with Aaron Rodgers. I think you need to really look at the people that are still interested in what Aaron Rodgers is doing. So.
And let's not forget Aaron Jones, the new running back sensation that could do pretty much anything. He can run, he can block, he can catch a pass, he could do anything. And we've seen him just be dazzling. So, as you say, the Aaron to Aaron connection right there has been just incredibly spectacular thus far. So this was going to be a wash with the Packers winning. Sorry to say it, Philip Rivers, but your frustrations are going to continue.
Sad situation there, but what can you say? What can you say there with that one? Philip Rivers. It's time to man up and call it quits. It really is. You've had your time. It's now it's time to really consider cutting losses at this point.
True. All right. Speaking of sad, here's another sad sack game with two teams with 2 wins and just are having a difficult time. But this could be one the Cleveland Browns could actually win if Baker Mayfield could get his head out of his rear end and keep his mouth shut. And Odell Beckham Jr. also has got to be focused in this game because this is probably, maybe, the moment the Denver Broncos have waited for because Joe Flacco is expected to miss at least 6 weeks, likely to go on injured reserve. Could this finally be the chance to see Drew Lock?
This could...
I think Bob just started to say something and his mic cut out.
Yeah, that's my fault.
What you were about to say was this could be make it or break it, right?
Exactly my point. The exact point I am making there. This is we don't know for sure where this can go. We don't know. So we're playing this thing like we are. And we just again this is more about what's going to be on the table here. Come that time Christmas. It's just another one of those another one of those things. I'm not trying to look at this thing any other way. Other than the fact that the test is going to be there. The test is going to be there now. Could everyone be proven wrong, including John Elway, where Drew Lock goes?
Mm-hmm. But is Drew Lock ready to play? That's the question. And will he play this Sunday? As we know, Flacco is probably likely going to be gone. I know they said at least 6 weeks for Joe Flacco, but if he goes on IR, that could be the rest of the season right there.
Exactly.
So if you're John Elway, you gotta just basically give in to what the fans say. If the fans want to see what Drew Lock has, put Drew Lock in. Obviously, the question is he ready? Nobody really knows for sure.
And that's going to be the key right there. Is there hope in this one where this goes for him? Is there any hope? And that's where everyone's going to be looking at it. Is there any hope?
We shall see. We shall see. All right, on to the primetime games. It starts on Sunday night, and this was a big one because now for the New England Patriots at 8-0, the schedule's going to get tougher for them to try and stay undefeated because they're taking on a Baltimore Ravens team that is looking sharp in the AFC North. Lamar Jackson has been on a roll. The offense has been on a roll. The defense has just been strong. But against the New England Patriots, a lot of people still say the jury's out on that. We could be seeing a team that is going to really give the Patriots a test. I know the Buffalo Bills did early in the season, but this could probably be the biggest test of the year for the Patriots.
This could very well be. You're absolutely right. I mean, I don't know how many ways you can look at it there. On that one, it's just the Patriots. Let me just start by saying this. The Patriots are a beatable team. The Patriots are a beatable team, and the Ravens have the ammo to do it. They have the ammo to win this one.
Yeah. The Patriots, they should have blown out the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, but again, weather was a factor, cold was a factor, and usually, like we said, the Patriots do well in bad weather games, especially when it comes to snow. But because it was like rainy conditions, they couldn't run the ball up. I was expecting it to be a blowout last weekend. But here now we're in the time of the year where the weather's going to start to get nasty. It's going to start to get cold, but it still benefits the Patriots unless it's a rainy day game. We've already seen that. But in a case like this, it's still going to be the Patriots. But as you said, they are beatable.
Exactly. I'm not going to say it any other way. I don't know how to say it any other way here, other than the fact that, like I said, I'm going back, and I know I'm talking to the choir with a lot of this here to a lot of people, but tell me this, what did he prove? What did he prove? What has been proven by the what has been proven by the by the Patriots here? This is a team that went undefeated going to a Super Bowl and lost the perfect season to the Giants, and this is right there in the Super Bowl, and they had their controversy with them there too. Mm-hmm. So this is.
It just seems like controversy creates cash for them. And they will throw any kind of controversy, like slap it right in their forehead, and they will still come out victorious. They will still come out to win a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
And rub it in everybody else's face. And that includes the sports media that can't stand them.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, you're 100% right. You're absolutely right.
So I think that if they do go all the way to the Super Bowl, and it's a big if at this point because we're only at the halfway point of the season, but the what ifs are going to start to happen. If they go all the way to the Super Bowl and win, will Tom Brady be the greatest of all time? That's still going to be, a matter of some debate, and it's going to be a matter of debate until we're gone, even past that. But the simple fact is that the Patriots just continue to roll, and I don't think that they're going to lose in this one.
I agree with that. I agree with you on that one. This is not a team that's going to that's just going to fall over.
No. And we've been right about them all season so far.
We have been. You're absolutely right about too. This is this is one of those things that people are going to have to look at. And some people are just going to have to let things be.
Yeah, because it could be Patriots will win, moving on. Patriots win, moving on. Patriots win, moving on. Could have been like that for us all season, but we had to discuss things, and we have to continue to discuss things because now you got them and the 49ers that are undefeated, and two teams that now, as we get later into the season, are really going to have to watch out for themselves because, someone could lose between now and the end of the season.
Absolutely, and this again, this is what I always go back to, and people got to understand that part of it with me, it's that really there isn't, there isn't anything, really that can be said about it. There was, of course, the whole Spygate controversy that was going on and whatnot. It was just craziness. I think some points it gets to be a witch hunt. Mark my words, eventually they're going to try and do this again to the Patriots. And at some point.
Oh man. Everybody's going to be doing things to them a lot worse than what's going on with Trump. Let me tell you. So, and usually, but as we've seen, the Patriots are going to come out smelling like a rose. They've done it so far. So, let's just let sleeping dogs lie in a case like this. So, no matter how hard you try, you can't do much of anything. And we close things out with a big Monday night affair, which many years ago would be a big deal, but still normally is a big deal. But not really in this case, because it is an NFC East battle on Monday Night Football, which, if it were still on ABC, would be a big deal. Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants. Dallas at 4-3, Giants at 2-6. And Daniel Jones almost came back to win against the Lions last weekend. I don't think his magic is done. You could obviously have an off week or two. But for the Dallas Cowboys, they're just coming off of a bye week and look fresh and ready to go, but are heading over to the East Coast. And this is going to be a test for the Cowboys.
It is. You're absolutely right about that. The tests are going to keep coming all the time for the Cowboys go, because everything. Cowboys are playing with everything on the line here. As far as what's going to go on with with what is going to go on there with oh God, what am I thinking here? I apologize here. With their head coach, I'm trying to remember his name now. Jason Garrett. Yeah, simple name. I do apologize. I am terrible with remembering names. I could actually have it, and then.
So is Jerry Jones, but we'll say that for another time. Anyway, don't feel lonely.
Much love. Steal a little something there from Morgan.
Anyway,
but seriously, to get into it here, one little bit more here, to let it be known that it's not just that. This Dallas Cowboys team is so loaded with people that I think Jerry Jones would like to get whatever he can. If the salary cap could be unlimited, he would have so much to where it would be a night off. It would be, the Cowboys team would treat it like a night off. Simple as that.
Which I think is going to probably be treated like a night off for them this time around. Like I said, if probably about 10, 20, 30 years ago, if this was on ABC, this would be a big deal. This would be a big game. But since ESPN has it and it's not really that big of a deal, I think it's going to be an off night for Dallas.
I agree. I'll agree with that one. You won't hear me disagree one bit where that goes.
So, and that is how things shape up for Week 9, halfway point of the season. I think in this particular case, Bob, we're going to have to do a little bit of a report card on how the first half of the season has been going thus far. Either that or we can wait until Tuesday once the halfway point is reached. But I think the report card just showed the first part of the season was just absolutely topsy-turvy.
It really has been, the report card, and even at the halfway point, the report card really will not reflect what can happen at the end of the year. So there is a little something with in its wherewithal to look at.
It's true, and that's and you know it may not reflect on how the rest of the season is going to be like, but you know, given you know the craziness, I mean, anything can happen, you know, as far as the remainder of the season goes. But a majority of the games that you're going to be seeing, like what's going to be happening this week, are all going to be a lot of division games, and so you know that teams are going to be jockeying for position in the division, so that when they win the division championship or they get in the line for a wild card, they're, you know, all teams are definitely going to be jockeying this time, because, you know, back in the days it didn't really seem to matter, but then again, back when I was growing up, there were 28 teams. Now you got 32, and you know, more divisions, more wild cards, so the possibilities are endless about what's going to happen, and we've seen it, you know, thus far this year. But what do you think we'll be seeing as the season comes up, or the remainder of the season?
I think we're gonna see a lot of. I think we're gonna see a lot of. A lot of surprises still to come. You know, but eventually, you know, like anything, you know, we were surprised by a lot of things at this point last year, and some things were even surprising us. You know, we were 3/4 of the way through the season, but the end result was we wound up seeing the same teams going, still going to the playoffs, still doing their thing and whatnot. So there is a lot to look at where that goes. So I mean, you know, again, you know, we got it. We have a you know, we still have a big picture, you know, to look at in all this.
We sure do, and there's plenty of them. So, and because it is football weekend here, just want to say tonight, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab one of my McLeod Lager jerseys and wear them to work. So that'll be my dress up for tonight. I would like to see if I could get a couple pieces of electrical tape to put in for eye black, but they wouldn't allow it at my job. So, but anyway, so that's probably what I'm going to do for Halloween. I hope that everybody has a great Halloween, and remember what my old friend Steve used to say: tonight's Halloween. Make sure that your parents inspect every single candy that your child has, and you know, just take the candy and, you know, just have some fun with it. You know, make sure the parents have the candy, the kids don't get none. Know what I'm saying? So, you know, don't fall for that trick. Anyway, happy Halloween. So, Bob, we got a lot to discuss for what's coming up this weekend.
Oh yes, we do, and you know, it's definitely going to be something to see here. You know, we do have so many things happening here, but you know, well, the thing I do want to talk about is you know, not just that. You know, is the fact that you know, I mean, you know, it's just you know, that we're going to be you know, that I'll be doing the Christmas shows again. You know, it's the other thing is you know, how many you know, it's just you know, the fact that there are so many shows we do have going on here. So you know, I mean, over the weekend, you know, that there's nothing to miss on the weekend.
No, especially the fact that I was going to forego Arena Football Nation because of College of the Siskiyous football on the network this weekend. However, I am going to do a pre-recorded show and talk about the big news of the week, the demise of the Arena Football League, and it has been, you know, it has been just an absolute insane week. And that will be the top story, and I am going to pre-record it, and it will air as Abby and I are on our way down to go to the College of the Siskiyous game. But I wanted to touch base with that. AFT Buzz is expected to be on this week, and Bryce Birch is also going to weigh in on what's been going on with the Arena Football League, essentially suspending operations, closing down a lot of the local market offices is what they're saying, but essentially it's basically suspending operations with the AFL because there is litigation going on and a massive lawsuit by an insurance company, like one of the local insurance companies, suing for $2.4 million plus. And so the likelihood of the AFL coming back this season is not looking good. And from the way things are looking in a lot of places like Sports Illustrated, CBSSports.com, Bleacher Report, I think, is also reporting that we may have watched our last season of the Arena Football League. And what is this going to mean for the indoor sport? Well, the Indoor Football League and the National Arena League are the two top leagues now, and it looks like they're going to be stepping it up, and especially with the announcement that has been made public now of the Orlando Predators' new ownership group in the NAL. So you got to think, Bob, that these smaller leagues have just got to be laughing because of because of what has gone on with the Arena Football League, the long 32-season history about to come to an end.
And a lot can be said there where that goes to. And Mike, you know as well as I do, as much as we love talking about arena football, man, we do have some things, that really just are going to make us wonder. I hate to say this live on the air. Maybe these are reasons why. Maybe we're going to find out the reasons why arena football couldn't make it anymore back when it was making it.
Yeah. Well, I think that indoor football is starting to make it, and it's just was. Just branched out from the old arena football model that Jim Foster started, and as well as Jerry Kurz and the rest of the team all the way back in the mid 1980s started the whole thing. And for them to see their beloved dream just go up in smoke like it has, and to see all these other leagues branch out, and many of them have failed, but now we have seen one that I think is probably the most successful, and that is the Indoor Football League. And I have a feeling that now with the Indoor Football League growing at a rapid pace, I think that the IFL will now be the new number one indoor league, and we will and we're going to see what we could do about the name of the show. It's still going to be called Arena Football Nation for now, but we'll continue doing the show as is for right now. But we will have a pre-recorded episode of Arena Football Nation this weekend, and then AFT Buzz to follow. Actually, AFT Buzz will air early. Then it'll be our show. All that will start, I believe it'll be at 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And then coming up at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, we're going to have the College of the Siskiyous pregame show. And then at the top of the hour, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, it is kickoff, and it will be the College of the Siskiyou Screaming Eagles hosting the Shasta College Knights from Herschel Meredith Stadium. We'll bring you the entire game. 920 WOM will join our game in progress because they'll have a high school game before that, but they'll join us in progress. And we're also going to be on the College of the Siskiyou's Facebook Live, courtesy of the Siskiyou Media Council, so you might want to check that out. COS football back for another week. And then it'll be our regular schedule after that. So and we will repeat AFT Buzz following the game, and then we have Ryan Richards and One Nostalgic Weekend as always on the weekend. And happy to say also that Whiskey and Cigarettes will be back, and also World Talk Rock Report on Sunday will be back. And barring any emergencies, which I don't think there are going to be any, but World Talk Rock Report. Cat Vecchione, Chuck Skull will be back. And tonight, Bob, you got a show because I just sent it to you. I emailed it to you.
And we will be celebrating Halloween with Chuck Skull with his usual OTR show there. It's Chuck Skull's Halloween party, so definitely check that one out. I will have that one up. That'll actually be tonight at 8 o'clock, so definitely check that out with Chuck Skull. And I'm going to end here with a little something here that's going to start off here on the first, and I figured let's do it here now, and let's actually do a little something here, that'll be a little bit of fun here for us right now. So let's actually play this one here. I'm gonna get it up here for us here right now, and just say thanks for listening, everyone.